Episode 16 of Three Dudes, everyone. Welcome back to the show. We are back. It is Sunday. We are filming this week's episode. I'm Easton Bennett, one of our hosts. We also have us with here. Wow, struggle with that sentence. We also have with us here Liam Owens and Broden Wunderlich, the two gentlemen to my left. If you are first timers, I don't know how you'd be first timers running into this. I guess, if you just run into the clips, but that's how it goes.
Well, I hope we don't clip our intro and just put it out there.
Yeah. All right. Here's our, and that's the end of the show. So thank you guys for listening. We had a little bit of a Halloween party last night. That was a little fun. How you guys feeling today?
Horrible.
That he slept all the time today.
All the time. He did all the time. All the time for today. He did it all with his sleep. That's what he picked to do with it.
That's how I feel like. I
made
him some food earlier because he was like, I'm hungry, I'd eat. And couldn't get him out of bed to eat. So but nothing is better than a weekend nap, I would say. When it's like the middle of a Saturday at like 2:00 or a Sunday. Like, I'm going to lay here and I got nothing to do. I wasn't rewarded with that this weekend, but when you do look forward to it, you're like, oh, I just can't wait to not do a thing. What time did you finally crawl out of bed today?
What time did you come home with the pizza?
After 5.
So after 5.
Really?
See, I wasn't rewarded with that either because it's not that I didn't have anything to do. I had a lot to do and I didn't do any of it.
And I'm going to skip it.
Yeah. I just laid there in bed. I woke up like every hour or so, maybe a little longer, and said,
doesn't it suck when you wake up every hour and you kind of feel like a piece of shit in that 3-minute window you're awake?
Yep.
Every time. I should get up and do something.
I'm already a piece of shit. Guess I'll just keep laying here. Whatever.
I'll just stack on the shit being a piece of. Oh, yeah. I was going to rake my leaves today. Didn't get around to that. The Vikings football games really put a wrench in my plan for any Sunday work.
Yeah.
But that's all right. Vikings are 6-1. Vikings jersey. That's what we're wearing here. But yeah, other than that, anything new with you guys before we get into the comments? Our Halloween went well. The Halloween parties. Halloween is until tomorrow, but yesterday when you're listening to this.
Wait, you went as Kip from
Napoleon Dynamite. A lot of people thought I was Jeffrey Dahmer. Do you guys have pictures of your costumes? I guess we could throw them up on screen if we have pictures. I don't know if I took. Me and our buddy Hayden went as Harry and Lloyd in their blue and orange tuxes. Yep. And then Liam was a lumberjack, and he's carried it over today. Hasn't even taken his costume off.
Felt good. It was
easy.
Just
took the suspenders off. He's like,
he had $20 costume. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I said, well, I'll run to Tractor Supply and buy some suspenders, and that's your flannel. And
was that the only addition to your costume? You just needed suspenders, and then you're good?
Yeah, pretty much.
There you go.
Yeah, I wore my work boots and a pair of jeans, and had a pair of gloves in my back pocket, and sold it.
I was got him an axe and see if they would have let him in with it.
Nathan Valgren, you guys know Nathan? He had an axe, but it was a plastic axe. So they let him in with a plastic one. Could have gave you my hatchet. Probably wouldn't have let you in with it.
Probably wouldn't have let me in, yeah.
Could have tried.
Just could have told him he didn't feel like using it, I'm not going to kill anybody.
I'm normal. Yeah, that's fine. Let me in.
No, it's just
I didn't get bullied that much in high school, so.
Yeah. I don't plan on committing mass murder in this bar. But I want this handy in case I change my mind.
But
yeah, Halloween was good. Let's get into some comments. A few comments here. Steven Sprague says, next Halloween, you all have to wear sweaters with leggings and Uggs and have your nice little pumpkin spice lattes in hand ready to get spooky. First of all, Steven, I do drink pumpkin spice creamer every morning in October.
Just the creamer? No coffee?
Yeah.
A cup full of creamer?
Just pull out the creamer out of the fridge, pour it in a coffee glass.
Dump the coffee down the sink that you made.
Make the coffee, pour the coffee out, add the creamer.
Speaking of that, you have any of that coffee I made today?
I did.
I didn't.
Was it good?
Well,
you wouldn't know, bro. Was it good?
I came home and just disheveled. I said, well, maybe I'll make a quick pot of coffee.
Like last night?
No, today.
Oh.
I got home today.
He didn't stay at home.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, gotcha.
And so I said, you know what? I need some coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Made the coffee. I went and crawled in bed, and I heard it beep like it was done, and I said, nah.
My hand's not going to get there.
Yeah, it'll be there when I wake up 6 hours later.
It wasn't. Broden's like, I drank all that coffee.
I had a cup. Just one cup.
You want to know
black coffee.
Yeah.
What? Good recovery, bro.
I like that.
Good recovery.
I'm not a black coffee drinker. You go black coffee every time, Broden?
Yeah.
I feel like you have to hit a certain age to do black coffee, but you guys both look like
I think you got to hit a certain level of fuck it to just.
Yeah.
My friend Bridger, actually, that was listening to the podcast.
Yeah, shout out Bridger for shouting us out on his story.
Yeah,
honestly, that was awesome.
That was cool, yeah.
I went hunting with Bridger one time, and he flamed me for putting creamer in my coffee because the top of my coffee lid was like all stained and gross and everything. He's like, it's from the sugar in your coffee and your creamer. I said, well, fine then.
I said, well,
quit buying creamer.
Yeah, they sell more
Just
cups
like
at the
that.
store, so I'll be all right.
No,
That's what I was saying.
So yeah, I just go straight black coffee every day.
Have you always been a pumpkin spice creamer guy?
Just in October. That's the only time I drink it.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It's spooky month, and
What's spooky?
Spooky month.
yeah,
about
nothing spooky about that, but it's just fitting. It's on brand, pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
like fall.
I never liked pumpkin spice stuff.
I don't love it, but I have to do it. I've committed to it.
Do you?
Signed a
I'll
contract
do it.
with the creamer company,
Yeah.
and I have to talk about it once a year on the podcast. So
It's not my first choice on the menu, but
yeah, I mean, usually I'm a hazelnut guy, sugar-free hazelnut. So
Really?
yeah, Bridger, I know you're listening, avid listener. I don't have sugar in my creamer, so now what's the stain from?
Now what's wrong with my lid, huh?
But yeah, I mean, I've always been a creamer guy. I've been lessening the creamer I put in there though, trying to work my way to black coffee.
Now, I mean, if you want to take the plunge, cut the creamer out, put a teaspoon or two of sugar in there.
Yeah,
Sweeten it up a little bit. Still makes it bearable. And then just cut the sugar out.
sometimes I'll just do milk, just a little splash of milk in there.
yeah. See, that's why I do like a hotel or something if they got goofy stuff.
Well, so I won't buy a creamer, but if I stay at hotels, I will fuck their creamer up every
Yeah.
time because it's like, well, I'm not paying for it. And
Yeah.
I love a good caramel creamer.
Yeah,
Irish cream.
Irish
Ice
cream.
cream's good.
Irish
That's what I
cream.
crushed in Canada.
Yeah.
So good.
But yeah, I mean, we'll get there.
if you listen to this, tell us what your favorite
Yeah,
creamer
your
is.
favorite coffee and or creamer. The one thing I liked, I stayed with Kyler in Fargo, and he had a coffee pot. So we got home drunk from the bar like 2 a.m. He set his coffee pot, put all the coffee stuff in there, set a timer,
Yep.
went off at 9:30. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yep, I do that.
If you could
Does
do that with
every morning.
if you could do that with a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich,
Oh my goodness.
can you imagine? You just wake up, like you wake up to the smell of bacon, and it's just there. My
we
sandwich
need-
is ready.
We needed number 7 from the Benchwarmers.
Yeah.
One of those robots.
Oh yeah. Honestly though, I would buy that. That would be worth it. If I could just put
the
the ingredients in the night before I wake up. Because the one thing I hate about breakfast, I like to wake up and just start doing stuff.
Yeah.
I hate cooking in the morning and getting all the shit out and I gotta make bacon. No, I just want it to be done.
So you don't want to do it.
No,
You
I
just
like
want it to be done.
yeah. I just want to eat it. I want to get up,
Yeah.
have my coffee, and start eating and drinking, getting the fuel for the day.
Dude, you don't want to like touch any part of the process of preparing your food because
No,
you
I
already
like-
started ordering your groceries.
But I like preparing
It's,
it.
it's a slippery slope. You're on
Yeah,
now.
you see now pretty soon it's going to be like
wanna
you're
be-
just not going to touch nothing and you're going to have just lasagna in front of you.
I just want to not do anything I just want to move around the world
What
and
is that?
things happen to me.
There's some movie that came out. I don't know what it was. It was like some like kids movie or something like that, where it's like however many years into the future, and there's just a bunch of fat people, and they're all floating around on their like little like portable
WALL-E?
couches. Yeah, I don't know. It might have been.
Portable couches.
I have
It's
no idea.
WALL-E.
Is
We're
it?
on
And
the
they
ship.
got the TVs right in front of them, and
Yeah,
everything
and they
like that,
don't
and
move
they just
from-
move. Yeah, like
Everything is on that chair.
yeah,
Yeah, that's Wally.
that's gonna be you.
All that. Thanks for circling that. Yeah, thanks for
All the way
circling back to
back.
that.
Get help.
Get help. No, I like preparing my food like for lunch and dinner, but I really am not that big of a morning person.
I hate mornings.
So I like to wake up and just have stuff ready for me. I pick out my outfit the night before, so I don't have to make a decision in the morning. I just set it there, or at least have an idea. Like, this is what I'm wearing.
Dude, if I were you and I worked from home, I wouldn't get ready.
You'd wear this.
I would wear
I'd wear less than that,
maybe underwear,
Wanna work
some
at my house?
slippers,
please.
and a robe.
See, you think that after not working at home. After working at home, going through the process of like you work somewhere else makes you feel like like a real person.
Like a member of society.
Yeah, if you do that, which I did from when I first started working home, I wore shorts and sweatpants all the time, and then I'd wear normal person clothes when I had to go out and do stuff. But after a while, you're like, I just feel like the biggest piece of shit ever. Just a bum. You wake up, go sit in the chair, do the same thing. But if you actually like get up, shower, get ready for the day, and then go sit in that chair,
You're a new man.
yeah,
Exactly.
You feel like you get a lot more stuff done.
It's
doing
like I
that?
feel like I did a commute to the office.
A whole 4 yards.
Yeah, the commute to the office. You
Right.
get on the phone call with someone like traffic is crazy today. I'm sorry.
You're not
I'm
going to
late."
believe it.
Yeah.
There was a book in my way. It was on the floor.
yeah.
And
I screwed a handle into the ceiling right outside of my office, like walkway. So I kind of hold on to it a bit, like I'm going through the subway.
In the paper.
And then I'm like, I have a speaker and it's like, you have arrived at your destination. And then I get out, walk down the stairs, fake greet someone in the corner of my office.
Goes up to his garage, gets in the truck, backs it out, parks it in the driveway, gets out, comes back inside.
5 o'clock, I go get my truck, pull it back into the garage.
Yeah.
You start the coffee maker and then you go out to the garage, then leave and come back in. Coffee.
All right, get ready for the day. Yeah.
That's funny. I get what you're saying though about like wearing like sweatpants. It's like if you're only wearing the sweatpants, like only being comfortable, then that's like all you're gonna be. But if you put on a suit, you're gonna start doing
Suit
things
type
that
work.
people do, in suits.
Yeah.
Suit type. What's suit type work? Is it just like a level of productivity?
Yeah, I think sometimes, like when I put jeans on, man, I could change the world.
It's a big day.
Yeah, it is. I'm making calls, emails, all of it. I'm doing it all. If I'm wearing sweatpants, probably not even going to the office that day,
What if you put on some slacks or something? I wonder what you could do in some slacks.
Oh, I don't even want to know. That's so much untapped potential that I'm just staying away from it for now.
We're going to find out what's inside black holes and the cure for cancer and all that.
Yep.
And speaking about what's inside black holes,
We're not done with the comments yet.
Yeah, we've read one comment.
Oh.
So let's get into a couple more comments.
Never mind.
We're taking a little bit longer, but
there's a lot of comments.
we haven't seen each other in a while. We wanted to catch up.
too long. Yeah.
8
Talk about our
hours.
coffee talk. Cameron Hobdell says, why did this appear in my recommended with a laughing emoji? It's a great question. That means just we're doing our SEO properly. We're getting in the recommended in these YouTube areas. I say we because we're a team, but I'm doing it.
You said,
But you know what? It's us.
We're doing our what properly?
SEO, search engine optimization.
You didn't know that?
So those are tags and keywords. So when people are going through YouTube and you know how you get down the rabbit hole on the right side where it's like, oh, this video looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
We popped up in theirs, recommended our Halloween episode, and they watched or at least clicked on it and decided to comment and say, why did this get recommended to me?
So
That's why, because we're freaking internet masters.
Yeah, well, thanks for engaging. What was the guy's name?
Cameron Hobdell. I don't know if it's a guy or girl, but Cameron's interchangeable.
Yep. Well, I'm going to
Cameron, hopefully you listen to the episode. No way you're going to hear this. There's a slim chance. But if you are listening to this, thanks for commenting and happy to have you as a listener. Shane Steenerson. I've been waiting for more I've been waiting for a more unhinged episode, and I knew it was bound to happen with you three. Keep it up, fellas. Loving the content. Yeah, last week was a little bit out there, but yeah.
I pushed a couple boundaries.
That's all right though. We're not stepping over the line. We're just kind of peeling our side of the tape up on it.
I'm not going to say it, but you summed it up perfectly after we got done filming last week.
What?
Oh, you don't remember I'll tell
I
you
don't
after
remember
then.
what happens a lot of times.
That was last week, man. We're on this week.
Yeah.
It's a new week.
What is that? Is that Tom Segura's?
Yeah,
48.
That happened 3 days. That murder happened on Monday, man. It's Wednesday.
That's some old shit. What you want to do today? How about you keep solving that murder?
How about you keep trying to solve that murder, man? Yeah, that's a good joke. I do like Tom Segura. Wesley Jansen says, burping into the microphone is so disrespectful to the audience. Says the host who can't stop laughing long enough to host the show. Viva La Pipes. Yeah, Wes, he got me there.
Did he say Viva La Pipes?
His signature, Viva La
Signed,
Pipes.
Viva La Pipes. Yes.
So,
I love you, Wes.
Wes, I was having a serious issue last week.
With
and honestly,
me?
yes, I started this show too, Broden. I looked at you and I remembered last week. And I was like, I can't go down this road again. But yeah, I don't know what the problem was last week. Every time I looked at you, I was like, I can't stop laughing. It was awesome.
There's something wrong with you.
It was fun, but that's all the comments we got for this week. Thank you guys for commenting. Really, the comments help start each show. So thank you guys for commenting and keep commenting. This week, you got to tell us your favorite coffee order. Before we get into our topic, what were you going to say? Sorry.
I said just or anything. Who gives a shit? Comment something.
Before we get into our topic, please leave a rating and a review because if you don't get to the end of the episode, you won't hear us pitch it at the end. So do it now. And our topic this week, as you can see on the board, as always, is space. That beautiful handwriting up there, all capital letters from yours truly, Broden Wunderlich.
I've never had good handwriting.
You pulled it out of your bag of tricks there.
Yeah, it looks like what I don't know what I got going on there, but
it looks good. That looks like it would be the font of a show. Yes.
Have you guys seen the font of the show Space Force?
Yeah.
With the guy
Steve Carell?
Yeah. I was going to say Carroll. Steve Carroll. But yeah. Steve Carell, Space Force, looks oddly identical to that. So space. Let's get into some space. The definition of space. This wild cherry Pepsi is making my mouth like disgusting.
That's what I.
Like
that's
dry.
why I
Like it's
never,
hard
Diet
to,
Pepsi.
I never know because it's gritty. Like it's never
It's hard to enunciate.
It never like Pepsi.
Like
It's like
dries
puts like
your
a
mouth
film. Yeah, it puts like a film over my mouth.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't like it.
I feel like those slices of cheese that have the plastic wrapper on them.
Yeah.
I feel like
Like
my
Kraft singles?
my cheeks are lined in that. I'm like trying to peel it off with my tongue and I can't. Definition of space: the dimensions of height, depth, and width within which all things exist and move. So space, we're
Is
deciding what
everything.
to do. Yeah, we're deciding what to do this week. And I've been hesitant on this subject because space just blows my mind. And we're going to talk about this on the show, and I'm literally going to understand none of it. Like, it's just comprehending things. I can't comprehend things.
Yep.
Not when they're like to this level. When we get to the black holes, that's when I was reading the research. I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm even reading right now.
Do I used to
Well, there's
watch
so many different theories.
and research so much stuff about space.
I love space. Space is one of the one things like space. You talk about that and you talk about aliens with people when you're really trying to like have deep conversations.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like, how does your brain work? Let's talk about space.
See, on that note, Broden would research. I would do a very similar thing, except I would get really, really high, and I would watch the Cosmos with Neil deGrasse Tyson, and definitely not comprehend anything he was saying to me.
You had
I
a
was
notebook?
Huh? God, no. No, I had it. No.
He's watching, taking notes. He's like, okay, Neil.
He
I had
goes
some
back
papers. They weren't notebook papers.
next morning to look at what he wrote down, and it's just hieroglyphics and shit. It's just not even English. He's just
He was
Don't
somehow
even-
speaking Arabic the night before. He's like, I forgot everything I learned last
Holy
night.
shit.
there's carvings on the walls of his bedroom now.
I wake up. What the fuck was in that?
Yeah.
He's got a crop circle on his bed.
Seance on his carpet. He's got candles in a weird circle. Yeah. Well, hopefully we can teach you some more on this episode. Spark your memory.
We'll see. Yeah.
So
Spark what?
Spark something.
yeah,
If I start talking in hieroglyphics,
yeah.
run.
Looking up at the ceiling. One of the first tools for space exploration was the telescope. Do you guys know who invented the telescope?
Galileo.
That is what a lot of people think, but it was not Galileo. So spectacle makers Hans Lippershey, which is an awesome name, I think, and Zacharias Janssen and Jacob Matthias independently created telescopes. While Galileo did not invent the telescope, he did design and build telescopes with increasingly higher magnifying power for his own use and to present to his patrons. So Galileo had a Patreon.
Must have
Maybe.
had a little group of people that gave him money
$5 a month so
Yeah.
he could make telescopes.
Check out this picture of this telescope. Yeah. He just handed
behind the scenes. He's Galileo selling feet pics on the down low.
He's like, look at this star. Bro, looks like a dot. Yeah, but
Look, you
It's
can
up
tell
there.
it's up there. Yeah.
yeah. Telescopes. Were you guys ever fans of telescopes? I've never actually used like a real one.
Yeah.
I've never used one. I've used microscopes.
One of my buddies
Kind of the same.
I used to hang out with in elementary school had a telescope that was pretty decent. And
You guys looked through it?
I was amazed at
I don't
You'd use it?
No, just sat in the corner with his telescope.
No, we wouldn't look through it. We'd look at it.
We
We'd
played
like,
football with it.
imagine if we'd look through that one of these days.
That'd be nuts. Anyway.
We used it
Anyway, you want to play this game?
Yeah.
We used it to spread butter.
Just a giant butter knife. What's this thing actually used for, man? I don't know. I've been using it to just spread butter for years.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see through this shit?
He was a skilled instrument maker, and his telescopes were known for their high quality. Instrument maker, that's kind of a cool title. I'm an instrument maker.
Instrument maker.
Like
It could be
like
anything.
like the tuba and the trumpet. No, actually telescopes.
I guess it doesn't. An instrument doesn't have to be musically.
Yeah, that's just the first thing I think of instrument wise. I think.
Could be.
Yeah. I hear instrument, I think of a guitar or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gosh, do you ever like read a word or listen to a word so many times in like a 10-second span?
Yep.
You're like, what the hell is
And
that
it's
word?
always a very simple word.
Instrument? That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, what the
Never
fuck is
mind.
an
Doesn't it
instrument?
lost its meaning for you now?
Yeah, I'm like, that's not even a real.
It's not a
Someone
word.
made that up.
Someone
It's
at some
fake.
point made all of these up.
Yeah. Which is another crazy topic to talk about.
Oh my God.
I was
Language.
just like, oh, let's just throw these letters together. That's the thing you're strumming right now.
And there's more than one of them.
Oh.
Language.
Human beings have been venturing into space since October 4th of 1957, when the Soviet Union and when the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, where'd I get Russians? USSR, that's Russians, right?
Soviets, yeah.
Launched Sputnik, the first artificial satellite to orbit Earth. First person to study in detail the use of rockets for spaceflight was the Russian schoolteacher and mathematician Konstantin. Struggle with this
John
last name.
Constantine.
No. TS. How do you pronounce a TS at the beginning? Which one's silent?
I think it's
just the T is silent.
yeah.
So
Just say like-
Tsiolkovsky.
Yeah.
Let's
sounds
go with
pretty
that. The first living creatures internationally sent into space were fruit flies. Did you know that?
When to guess
know that.
why a fruit fly though? Do we care?
No, I think they wanted to start small and work their way up because eventually we started sending dogs and
Monkeys and
leopards and
chimps, whatever. Leopards? Did you say leopards?
do you imagine we're sending big cats up into space? Fruit fly, yeah. It's just a tiny rocket.
Yeah.
The size of a pop can.
Bottle rocket.
They put him on a bottle rocket. Just taped it too.
That was NASA's first thing. Like, think we could get a bottle rocket out of the atmosphere?
Let's try it. Months and months of just sending bottle rockets. Now they're only going like maybe 100 feet.
Yeah.
We got to do something else. We got to
What are
do
they
something.
doing at Cape Canaveral? It's the 4th of July every day. We got to try something else. Guy just pulls a Roman candle out of his
Bigger
pocket.
bottle rocket. Let's do this one.
Tape him to this.
Yeah, he's got two of them duct taped together.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're warming up, one up in each other, pulls out a mortar, sets it on the ground. That's a firework, isn't it?
it's something.
Depends on which end you're on.
All right.
It's a firework for the person using it.
What is it to the guy that it's hitting?
Not fun.
No, can't be. These were transported, so the fruit flies were transported aboard a V-2 rocket in 1947. I don't know what a V-2 rocket is, but
I got a lot of them in Call of Duty back in the day.
really?
Yeah.
It was on Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Planets. Let's talk about some planets. How many planets are there, Liam?
I want to say 9, but
What do you want to say, bro?
we just keep changing
8.
it.
Yeah. There is 8. There's the 9th one is called the 9th planet, but no one ever
It's
technically it's
Pluto.
not a real thing. Yeah. Pluto. So the 8 planets, does anyone want to get a stab at each planet in order?
Ooh.
I-
Damn it,
all
man.
right.
You know them? Let's
Yeah.
let Liam take a dive.
Fuck you. I'm going to look like a fool. In
No.
order, from smallest or biggest or farthest away from us?
I would say from like the sun
Closest to the sun
furthest from the
to
sun.
the furthest from the sun.
Like normal people describe them.
Hmm.
I'll give you a hint for
yeah,
the first one. The sun. Not a planet, but that's where it starts.
Yeah, I know that.
The first one starts with an M.
Mars.
No.
God damn.
Wow.
God damn.
Mars. So confident. Mars gotta be.
It's an M.
It's the one with the M, right?
Hang on. Moopeter. Damn it.
No. Come on.
It starts with an M.
It's Mattern.
It's Mirth.
What the fuck is it?
It's Mercury.
Mercury. Damn it. I
Mercury,
fucking
yeah.
forgot about that one.
And then Venus.
Clearly. I forgot about that. Oh, I thought you were just holding out on us.
Okay. Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Earth.
Yep.
Yeah?
No.
I don't know. I don't know. I told you I was high when I watched the Cosmos. I don't know.
I'll put everyone out of their misery.
Go ahead.
Mercury, Venus, Earth. So Earth is the 3rd planet,
Mars.
which I
There's
honestly, when I was growing up, I always thought Earth was the 4th one, and I could never convince myself it was the 3rd one. Because I always thought it was just.
You
too
know, I
close.
feel like that like rings a bell with me. Like I feel like I did the same thing too, maybe.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know why, but I always thought it was like one deeper.
You still
Him
think
too?
it's the 8th planet.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know
I
where
don't.
it's at. So Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Also, I thought Venus belongs at the end with the other goofy names. Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune all have the same personality
They're all-
as Venus.
They're all named after Roman gods.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Saturn is a Roman god.
Saturn is
Saturnius.
no.
Confidence. He went into it with confidence. I looked at him like double take.
That's the thing. You
Easton.
have to be confident
Yeah.
because if someone just knows a little bit less than you, and they're like, no, this guy knows.
It's not knowing
genius.
exactly what's right. It's knowing more than the person you're looking at.
Exactly.
And confidence gets you.
Well, because they're like the same as the Greek gods, right? I just forget what their counterparts are. Like Jupiter is Zeus, and Saturn is Hades.
I forgot there was like the old like complementary gods thing. We
The old
should have talked
switcheroo.
about that in the Greek mythology.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, hey, if I'm blue, that means you're orange in a different religion or whatever they do.
Yeah.
So
Right?
Yeah.
Are you kind of following me?
I'm picking up a couple of your cards that you're throwing down.
There we go. You're smelling what I'm stepping in.
A little bit.
That's good. Pluto is technically a dwarf planet because it has not cleared its neighboring region of other objects. So that's the only reason it's not a planet. Which pretty much means there's still asteroids and shit that fly past that thing, and it just can't get them to stop. So
So it
Pluto
doesn't have any gravitational pull, so it's not.
It
it's not
does,
big enough.
just not enough.
I'm pretty sure it's like the same size as the moon, or like close to.
It's very close.
Just no more than the other guy.
Yeah.
It's really close. Like I measured
But
it.
just not
I
enough.
went out there. I took out my
Is
protractor.
it bigger
my
or
ruler.
smaller than the moon, Liam?
Little,
Yeah.
smaller.
I'm gonna have.
Wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Really?
I'm giving the old up, as in I think it's a little bit bigger.
I think it's barely bigger than the moon. Could be wrong.
I think like by 2 or 3 inches bigger.
I don't know.
Yeah, like just a couple pounds.
That's the thing is that
That's a lot though.
yeah,
It's a lot bigger
a
actually.
lot. Yeah, I don't know why you'd even need that much.
That's way bigger than it needs to be. So
God
only
bless 'em.
our 2 nearest neighbors, Venus and Mars, have been landed on. I did not know we have landed on Venus.
Venus is like hostile.
That's where the sandstorm is, isn't it?
Like
No, that's Mars.
you'll just get bullied. You'll just get bullied if you go there.
Yeah, by acid rain and
It's like you're walking into a biker bar and you're wearing no leather. You go to Venus and it's like, this guy doesn't fit in.
Beat him
what
up.
do you got?
No,
Huh?
you're on.
What was your guys' thoughts on if Pluto was bigger than the moon?
I
Liam
said it
said
was
smaller.
bigger. Liam said smaller.
And
Broden said bigger.
Yeah.
Pluto is about 2/3 of the diameter of Earth's moon.
So it's smaller. You were right.
Yeah, yeah.
No more than the other guy. That's the that's the tagline
That's
of our
crazy,
show.
actually, though. I think.
That's tiny.
Good job, pal.
Oh yeah, I'm proud of you.
I mean, solid guess, but
We need a board to just
We got to start keeping a tally.
ticks. Yep, there's
Yeah,
one for Liam.
We could put one right back here.
And then you'd have to reach back there with like a 14-inch Sharpie. Not a Sharpie, but a
Something.
Expo marker.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could just put it on the end of a stick and just
I'd like that.
tally it up. Let's go.
Really
All right,
long
we're doing
stick.
it. I mean, it doesn't have to be that long. Like 6 inches. That's a lot.
That's, probably doesn't even have to be that long.
No, I mean as long as it's a good marker.
Yeah.
as long as it can draw on the wall, right?
Yeah.
It's always going to be there. It's always going to work. It
Doesn't run out of ink too
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, you know, it brings you coffee in the morning. Takes care of you. It's a good marker.
Marker gets you flowers on your birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even
Remembers
just,
your anniversary?
yeah, even just flowers, surprise flowers.
Goes to family reunions even when it doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Even when it'd rather do other things. The marker
there
still
for you.
goes. Yeah.
Anyway,
Landing on another planet is technically challenging, and
I thought it was easy as shit.
many attempted landings have failed. Mars is the most explored of the planets. So Venus, what I don't understand is some of these planets, I don't know which ones, are just gas.
Yeah, the gas giants. So everything after Mars.
Really?
Jupiter, Saturn.
So you can't even land on them.
There's probably a solid core down there somewhere, but no, you can't really. They're mostly gas.
what the fuck is this guy's brain, dude?
Me?
This guy.
Broden? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, someone's got to keep us on track for the show here. If it's just me and you asking each other stupid ass
We
questions.
do nothing. We just look like
It's like-
idiots, but at least we have Broden
Yeah.
here. It's like, oh yeah, the gas giants, obviously.
Well, here's why your idiot brains
Yeah.
need the answer to this.
You guys don't know this? It's like,
I'd look
guess
at
not.
you and I'd say, how do we even land on these planets? They're all gas. And you'd say, I don't know. And he'd be
I'd
like,
say we
all right.
find a way. I'd say
we move on to the next question.
gas rover, just fucking
Gas rover.
Yeah, we'd float.
You just put
Yeah.
a balloon in there.
Yeah, we'd find some sort of neutral buoyancy and stay right there.
See, you just helped yourself out a lot.
There
right
we go. See, we're just giving ourselves cred.
Let's go.
You got some space cred.
Yeah.
If you're out there and you run into another fellow space guy, astronaut, also a good name.
We're also
Space
we're both
Cowboy.
there. Space Cowboy. Nice. I want to be Space Cowboy.
So obviously there's different gravitational pull on the planets. You guys want to know how much you, I guess I did it for a 200-pound person on how much you would weigh on each planet.
Okay.
I know you guys are both under 200 pounds, I believe.
I'm right there.
So we did it with our middleman. 200 pounds on Mercury. Do we want to guess or should I just read them?
I'm gonna say
Let's guess.
Mercury.
Yeah,
Let's
Mercury. I'm probably gonna be 117 pounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 115.
75 pounds.
Damn.
So you're like a large dog.
Yeah. Can I run as fast as a large dog?
You're in a gas planet, so you
That's
can't run
not a
anywhere.
gas planet.
Your feet. So are there?
The first
Let's
three.
get a
First
marker.
What did
four,
he call them again?
gas
The
giants.
gas giants.
Are there gas?
Little
dwarves?
Miniatures.
No. All the littler planets are rocky with a solid surface.
See, I like the little planets more.
Yeah.
'Cause we can
Yeah,
mess with them.
we're here. This
We
feels
can
good.
poke them, hit them, walk on them.
Take the rocks off
You
and bring them home.
couldn't.
The gas ones are almost like the people. You know, the people when you're at like a bull riding thing and they have this.
Oh,
And they got the rag, and you run at it. You're the bull.
Matadors?
Yeah, and then they move it. It's like going through a planet. You're like, fuck,
what was that?
where's the planet at? And then you turn around, it's right behind you.
How did he do that?
Yeah. I'd say the gas giants are like matadors.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? There's one connection there, and I like it.
Just trying to throw out analogies. Is that what that
great.
is? So yeah, 75 pounds. Venus, what do you think you weigh? Venus is a little bit bigger than Mercury,
It's a little bit bigger.
I think. Come on.
It's Earth's twin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Really
Earth
close to
size.
Earth.
if it's that close to Earth, I'm gonna say 117 pounds.
It's probably like 165.
181. So 200 pounds to 181. So yeah, if you're trying to lose 20 pounds, just move to Venus. The moon, what do you think you weigh there?
148.
I'm gonna say.
Well, it's tiny. So
Never mind.
Pretty sure it's 1/6 of gravity.
1/6
Yeah.
of 200.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm 35 pounds.
Yeah. It's probably 40 pounds.
33 pounds.
Let's go.
Math guy. New math guy.
And you see me just whip out that 1/6 of 200.
Yep. You're like math lady gif.
Boom.
Seen that gif before?
Yeah.
Mars. What do you think you are on Mars?
What's how big is it in correlation to the other ones?
It's smaller than Earth.
Compared to like a fruit. What would you say it's
I
like?
think it's smaller than Venus, bigger than Mercury. So
162.
I'm gonna say like 125.
75 pounds. Jupiter. Jupiter's huge. It's gas. You can't even stand on it.
The gravity though is insane on that. That's probably like
The gravity has to be insane if it's holding gas together. You know how
gas.
you know how reactive gas is? It's the most reactive.
Amongst the reactive things.
solids of liquids, yeah. I mean, gas is the particles are going crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to probably say 28 pounds.
It's lighter. It's the lightest of all the planets. You jump, and it takes you 4 days to land back on the planet.
on Jupiter. How much would you weigh if
Yeah.
you were 200 pounds? I'm gonna say like 800 pounds.
505 pounds.
I
It's a big boy.
didn't carry the zero on that one.
Saturn,
That one's probably like 400 pounds.
Yeah, I'm going to say 402 pounds.
212 pounds. Uranus. We can speed this up. I think this is
Uranus.
I wish I could think of something funny to say.
230 pounds.
Yeah, 200.
because it's like
pounds.
like your butt.
Like the butt. Yeah, it's the butt planet.
There you go.
Yeah.
200. What'd you say?
240 pounds.
177 pounds. Neptune.
177 pounds.
225. Pluto.
228.
Like 50 pounds. No, it's like 30 pounds.
No, I'm going to say 40 pounds.
13 pounds.
13
Pluto?
pounds.
Imagine being 13 pounds. Think of things that are 13 pounds.
A 13 pound
Like a baby?
brick.
Like a baby that's been alive for a little bit.
Yeah, probably a couple months on that
Yeah.
one.
That's how big you'd be, but you'd be this size.
Right.
So this is how big I would be.
Yeah, but
But you'd be
weigh
this big, but
13
you wouldn't
pounds.
weigh that. You wouldn't.
You wouldn't weigh that big.
I could pick you up. I could pick you up and
You could
throw
pick
you.
me
Like
up now.
pick like a 13-pound javelin.
Yeah.
Imagine I just grabbed you by the waist, by the navel area, and I threw you. Probably wrap you around Pluto.
I'd curse you as I
would
flew through the air.
grab you by like your ankles and spin you around.
What would you grab me by?
Yeah, you'd be spinning you around on it. Your ankles, of course.
I don't know what you were thinking. I was thinking ankles for sure.
Thinking about Uranus.
The planet, yeah.
Planet.
You dumper.
Couple planet facts, and then we'll move into black holes. Mercury is hot, but it's not too hot for ice. There's ice on Mercury.
Yeah, so Mercury doesn't spin. It takes so long for it to rotate on its axis.
Really?
Yeah. So there's a hot side that's hot as shit, and the back side, which is cold as hell. And then it like right on the side on there, that's not, is like a small little spot where.
And what do you read?
This
stuff
fucking
like
guy. This is crazy.
And you know what the best part is I could just be confidently bullshitting the shit out of you guys.
Yeah, it helps
And
when
you
you're on
guys
two
are
hosts.
fine.
Yeah, don't know
Idiots.
fuck all. Yeah, but
I know I'm right, but yeah.
yeah, exactly.
He's like, yeah, Mercury doesn't spin. We're like, really? That's crazy.
Actually, yeah, it's the one
No,
that spins
actually,
the fastest.
it
I think
spins the most.
Come on. I don't know. Did you just you count
Like a
the topic?
year is way longer than a day on Mercury.
Yeah, that's what they made that movie about. You know the one.
Oh yeah, what happened to Tuesday? Is that what it's called?
No. Interstellar.
Yeah, they didn't even think about that planet in the movie.
What planet
at
was
all.
that?
Not anything in the solar system.
It looked pretty earthy.
I didn't see it.
You've never seen Interstellar?
I've never seen Interstellar.
A Mount
movie is-
Rushmore on my Mount Rushmore movies.
That movie's incredible.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch it sometime.
It's so good.
You should watch it sometime.
I think I will. Nathan,
Yeah.
what do you got for us?
Mercury rotates very slowly. One rotation on Mercury is like 59 Earth days.
Yeah.
Jeez. 3 months?
I thought it'd be longer.
2 months? 2 months to spin once? And that's like... That's how it spins, right?
So yeah,
We're not talking- how long does it take to
that's
go-
a revolution, right? That's a revolution. And
Around
then
the
spinning
sun?
is the axis. Revolution is around the sun. Yeah.
So how long does it take to get to do a revolution?
For Mercury, I think it's like 53 Earth days. It's pretty close to.
If
So
you
it's like
look this up and
53.
say 53, I'm gonna shit myself.
I'm gonna
be
tackle him.
we're gonna knock him out and we're gonna take his brain and we're gonna analyze
Oh
it.
God,
We're gonna
What'd you
learn.
say?
That's what we're gonna do when it's
53.
knocked out.
88.
88.
Oh,
okay,
Thank God, yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to kill him.
88 Earth days.
Still one of us.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd have to shoot him into space, right? Just keep him up there.
He belongs there.
I'm just spitballing here.
So I suppose it goes from like 88 to 112 to Earth 365 plus a leap day sometimes. Mars longer. It just gets longer as we go out.
Sometimes.
Venus doesn't have any moons, and no one's really sure why. Which I think is bullshit. How can scientists just be like, we don't know?
Because they don't.
They don't know.
It's crazy that they even know.
But they guess on other things.
No,
Right.
they take an educated guess, which is an assumption from the data that they've collected prior, but they will never just say, if it's a fact, then they're going to say it's a fact. If not, then they really don't know. But they can take an educated guess. That's where theories
They
come
might.
in.
Yeah.
But someone has a joke about this or something, but they say scientists don't get punished for being wrong ever.
No.
Like they thought cockroaches were a certain age, and then they just changed it. And like, yeah, we're wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, did anyone get fired or killed, shot? Like, how do you do that? And they're just like, no, we just change it.
It's them and weathermen. Weathermen are wrong all the time. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah. Like that's the easiest, I wouldn't say it's the easiest profession to go into, but you'd be a weatherman and just whatever you feel like the weather's going to be that day.
You just say whatever you want.
I think it's going to be cloudy. And then it's like, it's really sunny. It's like, the weather's crazy. It just did that thing again where it went against what I thought it was going to do.
How crazy is that?
I mean, I think they have more data than what we're doing. They probably don't just show up at the office and be like, do we think it's going to be sunny? Like, I guess, sure.
Maybe.
Show of hands.
Does anyone have any ideas of what we should say the weather's going to be like today?
Some random guy in the back. It's like, make it rain. It's just going to rain today. Cool.
Like, what's
right.
his name?
Let's-
Ollie from
Ollie.
Family Guy.
How's the weather today, Ollie?
It's raining sideways.
Thanks, Ollie. What do we got here? No one knows how old Saturn's rings are. It's another thing that people just like, let's just throw a number on it.
What did you guys think the coolest one was? The coolest planet?
Jupiter.
Same. What about you?
I think so, yeah. Jupiter, maybe. I'd have
Great
to see a
red
picture
spot.
of it.
A big ass storm.
Yeah.
You
know
fit
what-
like 3 Earths in it.
Yeah.
It's a hurricane that big.
Which I can't imagine. I wish I could go on one of these planets without dying and not have to waste a bunch of time going there.
Just see what's going on.
Just like if I could teleport and just be on that planet for like 20 minutes.
And just have 20 minutes of invulnerability.
yeah, just kind of hang out and be like, this is as crazy as I thought it was. And then just ship me back.
Start
my
telling
normal
people
life.
what you saw.
And like, how was Jupiter?
It is so windy.
Well, everything they're telling you, everything they're telling you is pretty accurate. It's
Yeah.
pretty shitty up there. Definitely couldn't live there. And I was 505 pounds.
Yeah.
Tried to jump and I couldn't.
You
I had-
thought Chicago.
yeah, I was
it
laying
was
there.
breezy in there,
I had
but
bed sores.
we got the new Windy City on Jupiter.
Windy City. Chicago on Jupiter. I think we should put everyone from Chicago on Jupiter.
Oh,
Ship them up there. I hate all Chicago sports teams.
that's fair. You're a big Minnesota sports
Okay.
guy.
Fuck you then.
You Chicago
He's
fan?
a Cubs and a Bears fan.
Yeah.
Oof.
Not devout. I don't watch sports.
Not devout.
But if I'm going for someone, I go, oh, the Cubs are playing. I go, cool.
And you're like, I guess I'm cheering for them.
It's like, yeah, go them. And then I go do something else.
Isn't it weird how at a young age we pick one franchise and we just like
decide
them
it.
until we die
Yeah.
for no reason?
Yeah.
And then
no
you have
reason at
kids
all.
and you indoctrinate them just like your
Yeah.
parents did to you.
It's like, why do I like the Twins? They never win ever.
They suck. It's
It's like
heartbreak
I just
every year.
Like, why don't I just like a team that's really good every year? I'll get the bandwagon bullshit for a couple years, and then the rest of my life is joy.
I just feel like as soon as I pick a different team, that team's going to start being as shitty as the other team that I
Yeah.
used to like.
You have sports franchise choosing anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, plus it's just hard to just switch like that.
But you like the Lightning, like they win.
I've liked them for a long time though.
And I like the Caps. They won a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So I guess, yeah, it's mainly the Twins and the Vikings.
Yeah.
It's mainly Minnesota sports franchises.
Yeah, in general, yeah. Except for the Lynx. Their WNBA team is crushing it. They got a lot of championships. If you,
You
care
follow?
about that. Nope.
You follow?
You get notifications on your phone.
Yeah.
Brittany Griner, that's pretty cool. Was in the WNBA.
She was.
I feel like
I
if I
guess,
show up
yeah.
to the YMCA one day, they're gonna be like, "Ooh, you can't today. We're having WNBA games in the court today."
Didn't even know we had a team.
We've got tryouts for the Minnesota Lynx. The who? Neptune has, so talking about winds, Neptune has supersonic winds. At its highest altitudes, according to NASA, winds blow at more than 1,100 miles an hour.
Holy shit!
That is nuts.
Can you imagine like opening your screen door on Neptune?
Can you imagine
Neptune
watching the roof of your house blow off? Fuck a screen door.
tenfold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but let's just say in this hypothetical scenario,
You're living there.
your house is locked into the ground. You're living there. That yes, you're also living there.
Yeah.
That is also part of the scenario.
that helps.
And you haven't died. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you stay in your house. You're fine in there, but the second you even like put a hand outside,
What
I
would
suppose
be,
you put a hand out a window or a door,
rip
and it
your skin
snaps
off your bone? Yeah. Like, what would be the craziest thing that you think the wind could do where you would be like, "Holy shit, it's windy"?
I'd probably get a bag. I'd collect a bag of winds like SpongeBob did, and then bring it back.
Open it up.
Yeah.
Like when the road, like when the pavement starts just lifting up, and
What could the wind? Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, how crazy does it have to be? Like, because you see trees and stuff get uprooted and all that. It gets old after a little bit. You want to see something.
I think you can
More.
rip a building out of the ground.
It does do that with like houses. Or are you talking like a
I'm
skyscraper?
talking like the Burj Khalifa would just go up in one piece.
Would just not be on the ground anymore.
Yeah, it would just fly out of Dubai. If Dubai was on Neptune, that would be crazy to see.
Can we get Dubai on Neptune? We should try.
Yeah, we'd have to
Start a
send.
GoFundMe.
Yeah, we'd have no more supercars on Earth though, because apparently they're all in Dubai.
Why do I
They're
care?
all so rich.
Yeah, which is weird. Why are they all rich in Dubai?
Oil. They all have so much oil.
Yep.
And they
Economy's booming there.
They just have it in their backyard.
Yeah.
Barrels
yes,
and barrels.
everyone literally.
You ever been to like Newtown? They just got it in their backyard too.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, but there's a lot less sports cars there.
Yeah.
Oddly enough.
You know, that's a good observation.
Yeah.
That's a great
A
observation.
lot
Any
less.
really tall buildings?
No, not
There's a
really.
really good food truck.
Yeah, one.
There's a casino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many casinos are there in Dubai?
Probably 37.
Probably more than the one in Newtown.
I'd say there might be a couple casinos the size of Minot.
Yeah, 50,000 people in one casino.
Yeah.
How many people live in Dubai? It's a pretty big city.
A couple mil, ain't it?
I think it's a few.
You would think. I feel like everybody.
If they have UFC fights there, it's got to be a few. They're not hosting UFC fights in Sioux City.
Yeah, but they do it in, I think, like Jacksonville. They've had Sioux fight or Sioux.
They've had Sioux fights there.
they've had the Sioux fight in Jacksonville. No, UFC fights in like that. Jacksonville ain't that big, is it? It's only like a couple 100,000.
I guess.
I don't know. What's the population in Dubai?
Oh, I don't know that, but I do know why there are no
Supercars in Newtown?
Newtown, because there's no casinos in Dubai.
Wow.
It's not legal.
Really?
I'll never
Really?
go to
I had a
Dubai.
hunch that.
Wow, we got shit on right there.
Get you on.
What is the
Yeah.
population though?
Of Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
Of Dubai. Population of Dubai is 2.7 million.
1.9.
I got 3.31.
That was close.
Is that what you were going to say?
I'd like to
Liam?
go
Was
to Dubai.
3.3?
I got I actually got an offer from Caesars Rewards, so in Vegas, that I have it was either 2 or 3 night stay in Dubai for free. And I was telling my dad that, and he said, well, geez, how do we get to Dubai? And I was like, probably a plane.
We're going to walk.
The quickest.
Probably.
But yeah, 2 or 3 free nights in Dubai. I think the problem is the plane tickets can't be that cheap.
I'm going to guess like $3,500, $4,000 for a plane ticket.
That sucks. If it was like $800,
I wouldn't say that much.
What do you think? Like $2,000?
Round trip?
$1,100.
Yeah.
Flight-
I'm talking
flight
round
down
trip, like probably $4,000. That's what I was thinking.
Ooh, no
for the
way.
whole trip or just for the flights?
The flights got to be less than that.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's much less than that to like fly to Europe.
Nathan, are you doing some research?
Dubai
on
is way further than
See
Europe
how
is.
much a flight from
It's like on the other side.
Minneapolis
of
to
the world
Dubai
from us.
is? Because no one's flying from Minot to Dubai. Tell you that much.
You got to fly to Minneapolis first
Yeah.
and get a connecting flight.
Yeah. Where do you connect?
Ireland. I don't fucking.
Cayman Islands. I don't even know where those are at. I just like that. I just like that name.
What were the
Cayman
guesses?
I said like 1,100 to 1,500.
I'm gonna
One
say
round trip?
1900.
Yeah.
I said like 35.
$577.
Damn.
Round trip to Dubai? Out of Minneapolis?
Nah, it's making me download the fucking app.
I
I hate when it does
Book
that.
a flight
that
while
up.
you're at it.
Yeah, I have like that
If they're
much in
that
flight
cheap,
miles.
Yeah.
Am I that skewed
Uh,
on
one
airline
way.
tickets?
So $577 one way. So like
So 1,100.
$1,100.
That's it?
I was right on the nuts there.
Nice.
I mean, I still don't want to pay $1,100 to go to Dubai. But I guess let's say you're making
I mean-
$50,000 a month.
Yeah.
If you have that kind of fuck you money, then yeah, do whatever you want.
Okay, I'll go to Dubai this weekend. But you also probably could have a sports car in Newtown if you're making $50,000 a month.
I'd much rather.
Why
be
would
in
you?
Much
Dubai.
rather not have
But-
a sports car in Newtown.
No.
I'd much rather have nothing in
Kind of
Newtown.
puts a sign on
not
your
be
head.
there.
I'm the sports car guy.
Oh,
Black holes.
That's what we were talking about. That's
Black
right.
holes, black holes. A black hole is a region of space-time where gravity is so strong that nothing, no particles, or even electromagnetic radiation such as light can escape from it. Now,
crazy.
before I get into what black holes are and try to explain it to the best of my abilities, let's go from Liam to Broden, because Broden probably already has the right answer this way, and
no shit.
try to explain to me what you think a black hole is and how it works.
I think that a black hole is a rip in the frame of space. So you think about it as being in layers. So, I mean, you've seen black holes suck in entire stars and planets.
I haven't.
You haven't seen it. Okay, but okay.
I have not.
Okay, so
Have
you
you?
haven't seen it. So, but they do.
Okay.
So there's another side. Like
You're getting into like a wormhole here.
I'm getting kind of, yeah. It's what I would think is, because I don't know if anyone has a definite answer, but I think there's
Scientists do.
I think there's
Wormhole, I think you're thinking of something that goes in and then pops out the other side.
They think that could be what a black hole does.
It could be, because that's like one of the things is it's like you think of alchemy, where this is completely different, but like everything
Like
is
wizards and
not really,
witches.
not really, but like the study of alchemy is basically like this
Study of alchemy.
this
It's like
this-
meta science, right?
yeah. So like this is exactly this, because so like if I wanted to take apart this clock and then put it together over here, I could because
Yes.
they're the same compounds. Everything's the same. Everything, they weigh the same. This is all of the same products here.
Correct.
So everything is transferable. So if I'm taking this planet and shoving it through a black hole, it's got to go somewhere. It can't just disappear.
Gotcha.
It's got to be somewhere else.
Where is it?
We don't know.
Will it blend? Do you think they're asking that?
I don't think we've tried putting black holes in a blender yet.
No, probably not. That was NASA's first question. They're like,
Let's throw this
Maybe
nickel.
they haven't thought about it yet.
Yeah.
they're like, let's throw this fucker in a blender, man. It's got to do
What
something.
happens if we try and
The people got to know. Will it blend?
That's the question.
How many views would that have on YouTube?
What?
All of them.
Putting a black hole in a blender.
I'd say it'd be pretty groundbreaking science there. If we took a whole black hole and shoved it in a blender with the top about this big.
Somehow packed it in there.
Yeah. Because first of all, we can't even contain black holes. So
No.
we can't contain anything in science, space,
just-
actually. Anyway. So let's get a more logical answer. over
Planets.
here.
We're controlling planets. We're like, no, we keep these ones over
Yeah.
here. Those black holes are doing their own thing.
Yeah.
All right, Broden. Now let's tell us
So
how it
a
actually
black
works.
hole is a collapsed star that is
So
super
like a,
massive.
It's like a
That's
prolapsed.
Oh, and it like runs out of energy, basically.
right.
It eats
Yeah.
itself.
So it'll turn the hydrogen into helium to whatever is iron or something like that. Carbon.
Fuck, I totally forgot about that. Because it of
God,
course.
yeah,
So, anyways,
no.
it'll fuse all these elements together, right? And once they start fusing together and they get into heavier elements, the gravity becomes stronger than the
Yeah.
force pushing out on it, right?
See, I know I'm fucking this all up because I've been fucking off this whole episode, but I know exactly what you're talking about, because the core of that planet has enough energy, has enough fucking energy to push against gravity.
Right. And then when it gets too heavy,
What does that even
it
mean?
collapses.
What does that even mean? It's pushing against gravity.
Okay, so hold your fist out. Come here. Now push against me. So they're not moving anywhere.
Yeah.
So right now you're running out of energy, and
'Cause the gravity's
That's
killing me.
yeah.
Okay.
collapsing you. So that's what's
So then
going
all the
on.
There's
particles
so much
just
heat and like outward pressure that the gravity isn't overpowering it.
So the gravity's just stronger than all the stuff.
That's when it collapses, when the gravity becomes
And then that's when the black hole forms.
right. But it has to be like a super massive star.
So let's just say the particles are like here, kind of like when you stick something under a hydraulic press
Okay.
and then it all starts to crunch together, you know,
Mhm.
and then eventually just shoots out the sides. Have you seen those videos?
Mm-hmm.
So basically that's happening. Like the particles are like, hey, we got like a 4-bedroom house here, right? We can just kind of hang out room to room. Then the gravity starts pushing the walls of the house in.
Right.
And then the 4-bedroom house turns into a 2-bedroom and 1-bedroom. And then all these particles are just jammed inside this 1 bedroom. And eventually it's like, you got to fit in the closet.
Right.
And then they get in the closet and it's like, now we're going to push you into this cup in the corner. And then eventually there's no more space.
Yeah, that works.
That was a pretty
Is that-
spot on analogy. Yeah,
Yeah,
was
that
not bad at
works.
all.
But it's like a super infinite dense point in space, right?
Yeah. So that's what I was reading. And word for word, it is the singularity at the center of a black hole is the ultimate no man's land, a place where matter is compressed down to an infinitely tiny point, which makes no sense to me. How can you just keep doing it? It's like in football in the NFL when they're like half the distance to the goal and they're already, you know what I mean? How many times can
The
you go?
reach is the reach, then the reach is the reach.
Yeah. How many times can you go half the
Yeah.
distance to the goal?
Yeah.
That's like the planet. How
An infinite number of times.
infinity is a stupid concept.
Yeah, you can't comprehend it. You know what it is, but you can't comprehend it.
Black holes are stupid.
Black
You want to
holes are
know,
crazy.
dude? I heard
Because-
this dude explain it one time. Black holes are the point in space, a point in space in which, like time and space flip. So you're always going into the future, right?
Yeah.
Like tomorrow is for sure coming.
Yes.
But when you cross the event horizon of the black hole and there's no escape,
Yes, I
you
read
are
about that. So
going
that's the
into
point of.
that point of space now.
So
Time and space have flipped for you.
I'm going to go back a little bit. So that's the point of no return,
Isn't that
correct?
crazy? Yes.
The point of no return. Yes. So that's pretty much once you cross that,
Nothing.
that's where you're going. You're screwed now.
You get no choice.
Yeah.
So then, well, I guess I have the answer here, but I was going to ask. So if I was to go there, which I wouldn't, I try to avoid black holes when I can. If I see one, I'm like, ooh, stay away from that.
Yeah.
But if I was to go in there, I would not live.
No.
No.
This says I would get
Spaghettified.
Did you
it says spaghettified on my paper right here.
did you fucking read the notes before this or what?
No.
This
Did
says
did you text him the topic?
space.
I picked it, but yeah.
He said last night at like 5 a.m. we were like, want to do space?
I said a few different things. in
All day.
space.
I've been in bed all day and learning nothing about space. He's been
I've
on
been
books all
doing
day.
it I've been doing this.
I did see you at the
That
library.
nose on the grindstone.
I saw
for
your
the
truck at the
past
library.
5 years, more than that. Dude, for a little bit in high school, I wanted to be an astronomer.
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 And then I can't even-
Like,
I can't even say the word. I can't be that.
yeah.
This literally says a jump into a black hole is a one-way trip. Even before you reach the event horizon, the point of no return, you'd be spaghettified by the black hole's tidal forces. So does that mean you turn into like angel hair spaghetti noodles?
Yeah, basically.
Basically, you're under the hydraulic press.
Yeah.
And they go,
So the gravity, like let's say you jump in feet first, the gravity's so much stronger at your feet than it is at your head, like exponentially.
Yeah.
So it just stretches your body apart.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how far away is the event horizon compared to the point of the black hole?
It depends how much mass like it's swallowed up, right?
Yeah.
Like how big the star was that died, how much mass there was in.
Yeah. I forgot that's what it depends
Well,
on.
not.
of course.
I forgot that's what it was depending on.
How
Yeah.
could I be so naive?
Yeah, I was thinking like there's a certain number distance for all of them, but then once you said the mass thing, I was like, yeah, it totally makes sense at the bigger ones. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that back up in my head.
Just a little refresher for you.
So now explain it to me like I'm 5. How far from the middle to the event horizon? Because I want to know, like an estimate.
It depends. It could be.
Give me a range.
Dude, I don't know.
Is it
I don't
like
think
thousands
people
of
know.
miles?
Because
or is it
nobody
like-
knows exactly where the center of it is, right? It's a sphere of like nothing in space. Because it's crazy.
What does it look like? I wonder.
It's black. It's dark. There's nothing.
Like, you think if you were flying in space and you didn't get to the event horizon and we're out there, we would look and be like, that's a black hole.
We have an actual
Yeah.
picture of a black hole.
Yeah,
now.
because it'd be stars. So think of this whole room. You see all these bricks. Think if there was trillions of these bricks, and now that entire wall right there is pitch black.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing there because that's exactly what it is. It's
Yeah.
just pitch black. There's nothing. It sucks everything into it.
Nathan, we
And it would suck if it was a friend.
What?
If a black hole was like one of your friends, it would be the sucky friend, the one you don't want to talk to at the party.
Yeah, it would kill you.
Yeah.
It's like, who invited the black hole?
I think it's
He
the
was
coolest
with me.
thing.
I couldn't get him out.
I think he would just steal the show because it's the coolest thing to think about.
Yeah, but he's one of those. He's the cocky guy that's like, no one knows what I'm. He's mysterious.
But he's got every right to be. Like, you know, he's like
For good
Tom
reason.
Brady. If Tom Brady walked in and was cocky, you'd be like, well, yeah, he's got
I guess
6
it's
rings.
Tom Brady. There you go.
There, that's what a black hole actually looks like.
Oh, so it's yellow.
No.
Well, the
it's
black
center.
hole
Oh, the
itself,
middle. Okay, yeah. What's the ring around
That's
it?
light and heat and shit orbiting the black hole.
So it's literally just black. I mean, I get it's just black, but
Yeah.
like,
It's not an orange hole. It's the black hole.
It's not a donut hole.
Yeah.
but no, it's like pitch black. The thought of like absence of light, like we look like that board is black, but pitch black.
Pitch black is nothing.
I don't know if I've ever even seen pitch black. Have we ever seen pitch
We've
black?
Probably never. No. Because
That's why I
there's
can't wrap
so
my head
much
around it.
light everywhere. There
Even
is
when it's black.
There is. I don't know if I think they made a paint, or they made a type of fabric or something where it's like it is
called Vanta Black.
Yeah, it's the most black thing.
Oh
you've
yeah,
ever
yeah,
created.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm trying to think. No, not. I'm dead serious this time. I'm not fucking with you guys.
Every time.
No, Vanta
yeah,
Black.
of course. Yeah.
I saw someone painting a canvas. I saw someone painting a canvas with the blackest
crazy.
black paint ever.
Yeah, it absorbs like 99.9% of light.
I couldn't tell through my 16:9 phone screen, but I'm sure it was black.
16:9.
That's the
God,
aspect
that-
ratio, of a phone.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Inches.
inches. That is a computer
Wow.
screen.
Through my TV that I hold in my pocket. But yeah, no, black holes. Like space is so weird to think about that it's just out there
Mhm.
above us.
It's
Around us.
endless.
Like what? Oh God, this
They just
literally. Whenever
man.
I talk about space, I start thinking about how space is always expanding and this shit. Like, why is it even a thing? Space, like why? Just doesn't make
Well,
sense.
we
to me,
didn't
guys. I can't
create
even.
it.
No, I can't even explain to you what I'm thinking in my head. Like thinking about space.
it's crazy.
It's so non-realistic to me. It's like we're talking about fairy dust.
You might as well be. I
Because
mean,
there's no way for you to
Experience
physically
it.
like comprehend it.
yeah.
Like when people talk about space, like you're telling me these factual things that you know, and I'm like, that could be all a lie because it just doesn't seem real. Like a black hole, whatever.
Right. I mean, and it definitely could be. Like they could be wrong about it.
Not even that they're wrong. It's just like this could all be
I don't
fake.
think they
We
are.
know it's not fake, but it's like should be. We don't need anything up there.
Yeah, it seems like something from a science fiction movie.
And then we
Yeah.
get into like elements. What the hell are even those?
What the hell is going on?
What the hell is even that? But like, I don't know. The fact that everything is made of atoms, that fucks
Yeah.
my brain too.
Dude, it gets smaller than that.
Yeah. And then you just like look at this and it's like, yeah, there's a bunch of atoms and they're making this a thing that I can touch. And then it just,
That's what that's fun. That's a really funny theory to think about. Is because basically like every time you touch something, is
Yeah.
because it's solid. It's all made of particles and atoms and everything like that.
and you're just touching
Yeah.
a bunch of them.
But there's this theory that at some point, like if you hit it at the very perfect time where all these particles are bouncing around each other, you might hit it when all of the particles are spread away. Like I could
Yeah.
put my finger through this couch
And
right now.
it'll pass through.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
pass through.
There's like a 1 in like 10 to the 50th chance that it'll happen.
Yeah.
If
It's
you just like
crazy.
slap the table, your hand will just pass
Just
right
go through it. Yeah.
Imagine your head, how you would be so fucked for the rest of your life if you did that.
Can you imagine going to sit on your chair and you just go through your chair?
You're like, what the fuck just happened there? And then it closes up on you?
Yeah. And then,
You're a chairman now. Yeah.
well, and then like you try and tell somebody that. And then like it's just you in the room. It's like I saw this one tweet or whatever. It's like, imagine your dog comes up to you one day and it's
Yeah.
just you two and he says, nobody's gonna fucking believe you.
Yeah.
And he just says that to you.
And that's the only thing he ever says.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
have to go tell people my dog said this to me.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, if I touch this, my finger went through, I'd be like,
What? Yeah.
oh, I can't even imagine presenting that information to someone I know. I stuck my finger through a couch and it was the craziest thing I've ever done. Like, what do you
I'd
mean?
look at you and I'd say, yeah, there's a hole in it probably.
Yeah. Did you cut a hole in it? No, like I went straight through the material and I pulled my finger out and it was totally fine. I think you'd be a magician at that point.
Yeah.
Maybe magicians have mastered the art of timing when those particles are apart.
And the atom alignment.
Yeah. So when they're sticking pencils through their arm, it's
Yeah.
really them just timing it.
He's got the card going through itself and shit. Yeah.
I can't even think about that for too long or my brain will explode. How it's like that small. That's why when I was in science class, science was my worst subject growing up. And when I went through chemistry and we were going through all that stuff, I think you're in my class, Dr. Kelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
And,
class is so fun.
Yeah, what a good class. And we were talking about the elements and it sucked because I was like, this all just I can comprehend it, but I cannot understand why it's like that.
I thought it was interesting. Clearly.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Bit of
But
a
it's
nerd
like,
about that shit. So
I don't know. Space, man, it's fucking crazy. Let's talk about what should we talk about? Let's just rip through some of these. The first person, some space travel. The first person in space was Yuri Gagarin. He circled the Earth for 108 minutes in 1961, which seems kind of underwhelming.
Now it does, but yeah.
It's like, ooh, how high did you even go? Red Bull's doing that like once a week. They throw a guy up in a hot air
Felix
balloon,
Baumgartner?
like, jump out of it.
The dude who like jumped from space.
Yeah. I think Red Bull is just people that keep saying no balls to a bunch of people that are on like the crazy spectrum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no balls, you won't jump out of this hot air balloon in space. He's like, get me in a hot air balloon.
Get
that thing hot right now.
It's like Frozone from The Incredibles. Where's my spacesuit?
Yeah. And the guy's like, I'll jump. And then they just film it. They're like, only stipulation, we got to put GoPro on you.
Yeah. That's what that was the original bet. They're like, you won't go up into space in a hot air balloon. He's like, fucking watch me. And then they get up there and he goes, man, I really hope I don't jump off. And then some guy back at HQ goes, you won't.
No balls.
Go ahead, no balls. You won't jump off.
So I don't have a parachute. Like, everyone can skydive once.
Yeah,
That's true.
Without a
one-way
parachute.
trip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First person on the moon, Neil Armstrong. For a rocket to get into orbit or on Earth, it needs to travel 17,600 miles an hour.
Holy shit.
It's pretty fast. Space is very cold. How cold do you think it is out there?
Probably just like actual space, like outside of our atmosphere and stuff.
So it's like you're just floating.
Probably, I don't know. Probably just like a few hundred degrees Kelvin or something.
Let's do it in Fahrenheit. Guess in
I
Fahrenheit.
don't know what that is. I've only ever heard it talked like negative.
Buddy lives in
Kelvin.
America, doesn't even know what Fahrenheit is. I don't even know. I use metric.
We're
Like
talking
negative
about space now, we
200?
obviously use Kelvin.
See, that's a good guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 198.
Negative 454 degrees.
That's pretty close to absolute zero, I think.
Yeah. It's negative 270 degrees Celsius.
That's
So
so
it's
much.
pretty cold. Just for the Canadian listeners. So I know you guys can't convert that without a notebook and a pen and paper. And for suborbital trip on Virgin Galactic Spaceship 2 and Blue Origin's New Shepard seats, this is for if we wanted to go, seats typically cost $250,000 to $500,000. Flights beyond that to actual orbit, a higher altitude, are far more expensive, fetching more than $50 million a seat. So if you just got
you have to be the richest people in the world to do that. Like the top 1% of the top 1%.
yeah, like fuck you money, I'm gonna just go to
Right.
space. I'm bored.
People in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. Jeff
Those
Bezos.
people with all the
Bill
oil.
Gates.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Let's send them to there. You think people in Newtown are going to space?
Well, they're not leaving the ground, but I think they're doing something to take them there.
They're getting to space one way or another.
That's why there's not any supercars. They're saving their money.
Yeah. We gotta get to space, guys. The longest time spent in space in whole is 437 days straight.
Damn.
Valery Polakov holds the record and was up in space from January 1994 until March of 1995. He orbited Earth 7,000 times and spent his days doing experiments and scientific research. You think he was just like one of those kids that just like, I just like to kind of be alone. And then he just took it to the extreme. He's like, I'm going to space for a year and a half.
Could be.
Imagine getting back to space. Don't they talk about like, or getting back to Earth? Don't they talk about getting back to Earth? It's like,
It's really hard
Depressing.
on your body.
it's something, there's some syndrome or something where it's
Yeah.
kind of like when you go really deep in the sea and then you get the bubble
Suds.
syndrome.
Ben's disease.
Ben's disease.
That too. Damn it.
What did you say?
I said suds.
Oh, no, I think it's scurvy. I think if you
I
go
don't
to
think it's
Suds.
scurvy, no.
I think SUDS is something like that.
I think, yeah. I
it's
think,
Ben's disease
I
is the
went,
technical term, but I think SUDS might
Nathan,
be like
what's SUDS?
slang. I think SUDS is what SpongeBob got.
Yeah, I think it is.
maybe. We'll see. I was almost a certified diver.
Yeah. Didn't you say that on a previous podcast?
I'm not sure.
And then I asked you what you had to go through to do that, and you went to pool, right?
Oh, yeah.
What do
And
you
then-
got?
What are suds?
Yeah.
The definition is short for soap suds.
No.
Dude,
like,
you are just,
like when you body surfaces too fast from water.
it's like a disease. What's SUDS the disease?
Sudden infant death syndrome.
That's
SIDS.
SIDS. No.
Sudden.
Sudden
Uninfant death syndrome.
sudden under
Sudden unicorn death syndrome.
something.
Couldn't think of any other animals over the U. Are there any?
Super under the sea. I don't
Under the sea.
What are you? I'm Suds right now. Really? super onto the sea. I'm way onto there.
I think it's actually just called decompression sickness.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it's, yeah.
That's why they put you in a decompression chamber.
Yeah. You're right next to Austin Powers, who's in his cryogenic chamber, I think it's called.
Something
Will
like
they freeze
that.
you? Cryogenic
Yeah.
freezing?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's very silent in space, so that's another crazy thing to think about, that there's no sound out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sound needs a
Which
medium.
is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine you're just floating out in space. Do you guys ever think about if you would
Yes.
ever,
I got a good.
I would.
or would you rather?
Would you rather be lost in the ocean or lost in space?
Space.
Space, 100%.
Space is all day.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, are you dying in both scenarios?
No, that's what I mean. Like, okay, obviously you're gonna die if you're lost in space, right? There's no hope for you, and I think that's why I pick it, is because there's no hope,
Just
and you
wanna
can
die?
just be you could just be at peace. You know what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna see some cool shit.
And
I'm not
yeah.
gonna see any cool shit in the ocean.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, cool, there's a shark down there. Cool. I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, there's a shark down there.
I don't think there's any peace in that, though. I would be panicking the whole time. Well, not the whole time, just the beginning, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Once you
You'd have
come to
make
terms
your
with,
peace.
yeah, like
then
once you say, I'm not coming back from this. This is it. That's when you make your peace, and
You die of starvation.
you suffocate before you die of starvation.
You die of suffocation.
Yeah, you would run out of oxygen before you.
Yeah, I guess that makes more
I
sense.
would rather be stranded in a spacesuit.
Well, if you were stranded
And trying
without
to
a
tread
spacesuit,
water
you would not be stranded. You would
or
immediately
you know
die.
what, you can even have a raft, and if you get a spacesuit, you get a raft in the ocean for this scenario.
That's why we're gonna go spacesuit.
I'm gonna
I
go
would say
spacesuit.
this. I would say the space one almost has to come with a spacesuit. There's no alternative. You couldn't be stranded in space with no spacesuit.
for a little bit.
Just for a little.
Like 15 seconds.
Yeah,
It's negative
Maybe a couple
500
minutes.
degrees.
once you get away from everything, it ain't that cold like in the solar system or like in Earth's atmosphere. Let's say, where are you stranded out in deep space, or are you stranded like orbiting the Earth? What do you?
I
think?
had originally thought orbiting the Earth, but it's still got to be fairly cold orbiting the Earth.
Who said 15 seconds?
Me,
That's the exact amount of time that you could last.
in space. New
That's a
brain
long
guy.
time.
brain guy,
Brain guy.
math guy, fact guy.
Just overall.
Yeah, just
General smart.
the correct.
General smart.
General, general
He's got
smart.
his generals.
It doesn't seem like a good 15 seconds. You die of
Asphyxiation.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you stuck a pillow over
or
someone's face.
you'll freeze. If there's any air left in your lungs, they're just gonna.
It'll violently come out of your body because the negative pressure.
I wonder if you'd shit yourself.
Gotta believe it.
Probably.
You gotta believe you defecate and piss
Oh,
yourself
ah. What if it'd be frozen shit?
pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going water because I know there's a chance I could like mount a dolphin and it swims me back to shore.
Not a chance.
There's a better chance than me mounting a dolphin in the ocean.
And so,
Then
Than
mounting a dolphin in space?
Then, yeah. In
okay,
space.
well let's change. What if you know you're gonna die in both scenarios?
Oh, then space.
Okay, thank you. That's kind of what we're getting at.
Oh, well, I presented that and you guys didn't answer if it's a definite death on both ends.
I mean, still your chances in being lost in the ocean are still pretty low, and surviving.
Wasn't
somehow.
there a Call of Duty game that came out in the beginning of it? You're on the space station and it
Yeah, it was MW2 when the EMP goes off.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you get launched into space.
Yeah,
Even that scene like makes
gives you
me a little
anxiety.
anxious. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I think it'd
man.
be so
space
cool.
is scary. I think space and the ocean are the two scariest places ever.
I think space is far less scary than the ocean.
You've never been, so I don't.
I've barely been to the
fascinating.
ocean. I
How
don't wanna
fascinating
go.
would it be though? You'd just be
Incredibly.
floating there.
I would love to float until I died of starvation. So I mean days, and just to see what I could see
Yeah.
You wouldn't see anything though.
in space.
I don't think you'd see much crazy stuff.
I think you'd see,
I
or
think
like
you'd see
if you're
a lot of
orbiting the
crazy
Earth?
stuff. No, I want to be shoot me off of Earth. I just want to go as far as possible. I want to go.
Put them on a teeter totter
Yeah.
and have someone that's on Jupiter jump on the other end of it.
Someone
Yeah.
drop an elephant.
someone tie him to a bottle rocket.
Yeah, a lot
You
of
and the
them.
fruit flies.
A lot of them.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. If you're way out there, I guess. If I saw a black hole,
That's a long way.
I wonder how big they are. What if it's like,
Huge,
yeah, it must be.
Ginormous.
but also very tiny.
They get to be
I
pretty
think
tiny.
like the radius, like from when there's can like be further than like the orbit of Earth.
I still think the whole So a star is a ball of very hot gas, is what I got here.
Yeah.
The whole gas thing is so weird to me that it's just there. Where does the gravity start?
There's enough collection of it that where it keeps itself together.
They all communicate and they're like, we're gonna gravitize ourselves.
Yeah. I mean, you have gravity too. Everything's got a gravity. If it has mass, it has gravity.
It's just very small.
Yeah.
Nothing will orbit you because your gravity is so small.
I'm just thinking, imagine walking around. This Pepsi can just floats around me. I just, yeah.
That's another fucking Family Guy thing. I know you're talking about it.
No,
when he's like, Peter, you're so fat. You have your own orbit, and he throws stuff, and it starts floating around him.
Oh,
and the Three Stooges is playing on the TV, and he's watching. He's laughing at it.
I wish I had an orbit. That'd be awesome. Spaceship Challenger.
Is that the one that blew up?
It is, yeah. The Space Shuttle Challenger disaster was a fatal incident on January 28th, 1986 in the United States space program where the Space Shuttle Challenger broke apart 73 seconds into its flight, killing all 7 crew members. Want to know what the last words they heard on board were?
I guess.
That the people who died heard, or the people at the station heard from?
The people at the station heard.
Okay.
Uh-oh. And then it blew up.
No. Really?
Just, uh-oh.
Oh, God.
That's the last thing they heard at Houston, they say, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
It was first fatal accident involving American spacecraft in flight. The cause of the disaster was a failure of 2 redundant O-ring seals in a joint in the shuttle's right solid rocket booster, an SRB. The record low temperature of the launch had stiffened the rubber O-rings, reducing their ability to seal the joints. And the whole conspiracy about this is there's a conspiracy that's saying it blew up, but the crew is not actually dead. The crew went on, they gave them aliases, and they are living different lives. And they have doppelgangers that look exactly like these people. You can look it up. But the reason is because a guy named Roger Mark Boisjoli, I think you say it. He is best known for having raised strenuous objections to the launch of the Space Shuttle Challenger months before the loss of the spacecraft and its crew. He told them, he pretty much said, the O-rings, if we launch this at below this degree, the whole entire thing is going to blow up.
That's crazy.
And they're like, we don't care. We're going to see if it actually is true. And it was true. Morton Teokal's managers decided to launch the shuttle despite his warnings. He was considered a high-profile whistleblower.
It's almost like, some smart guy told you not to do something, and you just said, fuck you.
Yeah, must not have liked him.
Yeah.
Probably banging his wife.
No, nobody liked to eat lunch with him in the cafeteria.
No, he just sat there.
Yeah.
I watched a movie called The Imitation Game. Have you guys seen it?
No.
It was about the guy that cracked a German Nazi code during World War II. And he was kind of like that, just a goofy guy. Just like sat by himself. But I feel like people that change the world are like that.
Yeah.
Probably. You got to be on a different plane of existence
Like, what is that guy doing?
to change the world, I think.
So he's doing cool things, but man, would I never want to talk to him at a restaurant if I like ran into him.
Never inviting him over for a barbecue or
No.
nothing.
It's like, hey, it's fight night tonight. You want to come over?
Not him.
Yeah, we're not going to invite Roger. He's doing some weird shit. Apollo 11. Let's talk about some moon landings. First successful moon landing is followed by 6 further trips to the moon, 5 of which landed successfully. Apollo 13 was the one that did not land successfully, bro. And you know what happened on Apollo 13?
I've heard it before, but I can't recall.
Pretty much an oxygen tank like blew up or something like that. Tank explosion almost 56 hours into the flight forced the crew to abandon all thoughts of reaching the moon. Then I think they got on I call them a pod. Like a pod just pops off the thing. And then they all crammed into this thing and somehow got back to Earth.
Oh.
So it was a successful failure.
Everybody lived.
Everybody lived, yes. Yep. Apollo 17 became the last manned mission to the moon for an indefinite amount of time. Which I think they just were like, this is boring. We know everything about the moon. We're over it.
I think I want to say I heard something or read something somewhere about they're thinking about going back again soon.
I just don't know why we would.
To talk to
the
civilizations on the moon, all the aliens that live there.
I think by the end of it, they were just doing dumb shit up there.
How much is there to do?
Nothing, but they're
You
like,
take some samples, grab some rocks, bring them home.
yeah, they're like playing cornhole.
They golfed on the moon, didn't they?
Broden's like,
Did they?
I thought
I think something like that. They're
Or they
doing
hit
all
a golf
kinds
ball.
of sports. It's still going in space.
they
That's
were
also
doing
another thing in space. You
water
hit,
polo.
if you throw or hit something, it just doesn't stop, right?
Yeah, there's nothing to slow it down.
Weird. Zero gravity. Contrary to popular belief, there's no such thing as zero gravity. Weightlessness and zero gravity are two different things. So there's weightlessness, but zero gravity is not real, which I also did not know. Did you guys know that?
I had no idea.
Well, now you know. Objects inside of the station appear to float in a state we call zero gravity, or more accurately, microgravity. It's 1 to 10 to the negative 6th. You're a math guy. You're the math guy on the show, whatever that means.
1 to so
it's in scientific notation.
it's like 0.0 6 times and then a 1.
Yeah.
That's what the number
So
is.
6 zeros. Makes sense.
Yeah.
The condition of microgravity comes about whenever an object is in free fall. So that pretty much means things are in free fall, but it's all free falling. So it's just like floating.
Where's it going? You ever think about that? If everything's kind of falling somewhere, where is it going? Like
I try
the
not to
Earth
think-
itself.
I
and the
try
sun.
not to think about that because then we get into the conversation we had about my brain exploding.
My brain's exploding thinking about it. It's just, is everything like just constantly doing this through
And then what's above us?
infinity? Well,
That's us falling too.
yeah.
Broden,
How?
out in space, there's no like up, down, left, or right. It's like a circle. So everything's just moving towards something that has more gravity.
Yeah, it's called the Great Attractor.
Dude, I don't understand.
That's the thing.
Dude, what's the thing? Like, if space is always expanding, right? Sorry, you got more?
But no, I don't.
Okay.
No,
Oh, I thought you had more.
you guys were just saying like everything's falling down. I just didn't get that.
Yeah, because apparently, well, if you're looking at it, if I'm like this, that's down to me.
Right. Obviously, you can probably perceive up and down, I would think. Right?
Well,
Depends
yeah,
on where you're at.
the perception
guess if
is
you just
a lot
launch
of different things.
Yeah.
But like, you know how everyone's always like, space is always expanding.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
How? Like,
What
if
is it
this
expanding
if this is
into?
the line and it's expanding this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's over here?
Nothing yet.
What's nothing?
Nothing. It's the other side of the black hole.
I don't know. You don't know because
That's the wormhole. We don't know. It's just space is being created because there's so much
right.
force being thrown outwards.
Being create, I don't that's where my brain is like, what the fuck does that even mean? If it's going out,
Going out.
it has to
into
go
what?
out in, yeah.
It doesn't have to go out into anything. It's just going out. There's like it's not like in a box and it's just going until it fills up the whole box. You know what I mean? It is.
I mean,
It
I
is
get
the
it, but I
box.
don't get it.
It is the box.
But are you on the same wavelength as like you look at like the edge of, if space is always moving this way?
Is there an edge? I don't know. I don't think they know. They being like the Einsteins and
The aliens.
Hawkings of the world. But
Aliens might know.
Isn't that weird to think about though? Like if the edge is here, or do I sound stupid? I know I sound stupid because I
think you
can't
bring up-
comprehend it.
yeah, I think you bring up a valid point of when you say like there's an edge to space. I think
Because if it's expanding, that means there has to be a point from where it expands from.
Yeah,
If my finger is here, it's going to expand from the tip of my finger.
it did. The Big Bang.
it did. Yeah,
It did. Everything.
is the center of the universe.
Yeah.
It's all
So
perception.
the center of the universe, it just keeps, like the tip of my finger is the center of the universe.
Yep.
And it big banged, and now it's going out.
Right. Because it's not just expanding from right here and going out, it's expanding from everywhere and going out.
Yeah, it's like a tennis ball. If everyone on a tennis ball got bigger at the same time.
Yeah. Like if you drew something 2 points on a balloon, if you put a marker and blew up the balloon and watched it, that's kind of what
Okay.
it's like.
But that still leads me back to my original question of
What's it going into? Where's the edge?
what's outside of it? I don't.
Dude, I don't think
I know,
anybody
no,
knows.
well, we definitely don't in this room. But
yeah, I don't think anybody knows because you can't see it or
that's
get-
why I'm like,
get
space
information from
isn't
it.
fucking real. How is that even a thing?
It could be wrong. Could be flat Earth. We're in the
And
whatever.
that's-
We're on a plane. We
Yeah.
don't know. We're all just, it's all flat. We have no idea.
But then you look at the scientists and you're like, dude, answer these for me.
And
Yeah,
he's
they
probably
don't- they
looking
don't
at
know
somebody
yet.
else going,
They're
answer
looking at
these
another
for me.
scientist. Yeah.
The scientists should be doing a better job at figuring out my questions.
You're asking some crazy questions, though.
They probably ask them too.
Yeah,
just
they
don't-
are. I
hope
think
so.
they're trying
That's
to
why they're
figure 'em out.
scientists, Yeah.
How do you figure things out like that?
I don't know.
Math.
Theory and math.
Yeah, it's all theory.
So it's all just a guessing game. Back to scientists
all
being
very
bullshit
educated
professors.
guess.
It's all scientific theory. They gather as much factual evidence as they possibly can, but there's no way to confirm it.
Right. That's why it's called like the Big Bang Theory.
It has to end.
It's
it has
a
to say
theory.
theory at the end because we don't know.
Stuff like that pisses me off. Things that are indefinitely unanswerable. It's almost like unsolved mysteries, but like,
Well, to prove it, you would have to recreate it.
Yeah.
You can't recreate the Big Bang.
That's interesting that it pisses you off.
it bothers me.
Yeah, because like to me, it's just like, I guess we don't know. Okay.
Yeah, it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, whatever.
Don't you want to know though?
Yeah.
Be nice to know sometime, yeah.
You just don't care that much to know.
There's nothing I can do to know.
Exactly. You got to just
Yeah, me
cut your
neither.
losses.
Yeah, so I say, okay, I'm not going to spend my time worrying about this if I can't.
I only do it when I get in conversations like this.
You can't, yeah. If you can't control it, you might as well not.
But I'm not
worry
like
about it.
I'm not like cooking dinner. I'm like, fucking those guys. They better figure out what is going
Just
on in
pissed off,
space.
sitting there
Just-
eating by yourself.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Just throws his fork and, Easton, what's going on? Dude, what's on the other side of space?
Where's space going,
What
man?
they
I
tell
can't, I
us.
can't figure this out. What's it expanding from? I send like hateful comments and emails to all these scientists like once a week.
You guys know what
Hey, you
you're
guys
doing.
figured out yet?
Yeah. You bunch of idiots over there got an answer for me?
You idiots at MIT know nothing yet?
Yeah, space is crazy, man. Like that's why I love having this conversation, is because it can keep going. There's no end to the conversation ever.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Because if the reach is the reach, then the reach is the reach.
Bingo.
Simple as that.
A couple scary space stories, and then let's wrap it. Space snake. You guys heard of the space snake?
I think so.
No.
Actually,
I think I've heard of this. Maybe.
so Dr. Story Musgrove. Have you name ring a bell?
Not Musgrove. I know Casey Musgraves.
I know Joe Musgrove, the pitcher for the Padres.
All related.
I don't
Really?
Not Casey Musgraves. I don't think.
See, different name, change your name, just added an S to the end.
Yeah.
Switch the O to the A. Story. So once I started reading this, I figured the guy's first name is Story, so it might be fictional because he must be a storyteller. But Dr. Story Musgrove, the only astronaut to fly aboard all 5 space shuttles, so he's got some street cred. He claims he observed a 6 to 8 foot long eel or serpent-like creature on not one but 2 of his space flights, and it was white. Now, a lot of people are saying it's just like a hose from one of the shuttles or space stations or whatever.
It's just a python in his Halloween costume.
It's just, yeah, it's just I was just about to say that.
During multiple interviews, Dr. Musgrave, is it Grove or Grave? That must be
Don't
Musgrave.
matter.
Dr. Musgrave has insisted that the alien life is out there and he has observed it. See, this goes back to me believing everything. I 100% believe he saw.
What's
some-
like
I'd say there's
those
more
Navy
life out there.
pilots?
Absolutely.
Those Navy pilots that have
Yeah.
videos of UFOs and they
Yeah.
like it's moving at speeds and directions that
Are not possible.
And they're like,
Yeah.
we don't know what that
What's
is.
possible, but it's like, yeah, there's no way to.
it's not
It-
humanly possible.
It went from
It's from Neptune, 1,100 miles an hour. It's like, we got to keep up with the winds up there, man.
probably, yeah, no, but there was one, they tracked it, and that's what they don't even call them UFOs anymore. Now it's, you remember,
Yeah, they renamed it.
to something else, but it went from like the atmosphere
It's like unknown.
down to like 5 foot of sea level in like a fraction of a second,
yeah.
and then it just
Vanished.
vanished again.
This the pilot saw it.
Yeah, the Navy
Where they
pilots
tracked
and
it,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been multiple. I'm going to listen to that podcast tomorrow now.
Is it Joe Rogan?
Yeah, he had him on there. He had him on there. He's got a bunch of different guys on there. He's got guys that were supposedly in Area 51 and shit like that, and other scientists that study
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Area 51. We have to do an episode on that too. We'll do the reason I didn't talk too much about aliens on this episode, we'll do an episode on aliens.
And Area 51 and all that shit.
Yeah, and talk about sightings, UFOs,
Roswell
all that
and-
stuff.
Yeah.
Let me in. Astronaut Yang Lui became the first astronaut to be sent into space by the Chinese space program in 2003. He was sitting in a space shuttle when he repeatedly heard a knock. According to Lui, it sounded like somebody was hammering an iron bucket with a mallet made of wood. The story becomes eerier because many other Chinese astronauts claim to hear similar sounds on their space trips during 2005 and 2008.
It's a space ghost.
Has to be.
I'd say that's almost like the Chinese, like they're in the 2000s now and they're way behind the space. Like we did everything in space and they just kind of want to have a headline out there,
a relevancy
clickbait title. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one I didn't really believe, but it'd be crazy if someone's actually knocking on the outside.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's cold out here.
Like if there are like extraterrestrial life out there, like are they even gonna like
Knock?
care about us?
Or they're just gonna walk
No.
right in.
No, they're looking at us because we're so underdeveloped and not smart. We're basically just a science project to them. They're just watching us and waiting to see.
It's like us looking at animals.
Like an ant.
Pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah.
An ant isn't relevant to us. We don't give a shit about what an ant thinks.
No, we step on them,
Yeah.
pour water on their
And
hills.
that's the other thing is like, do you want aliens to come? Because what if they are like that?
Stepping on, and they would step on us.
Yeah.
That would suck. Hopefully they do it after I'm dead.
What happens when the aliens invade? Do you think we could fight them?
No. I think if their
I couldn't.
technology
I don't even have a gun.
is enough to get them from that far away to here, because they're probably not, like on the moon,
They're
Just haven't found them.
they're a long ways
Right.
away, and they're able to get here.
Yeah, you got to be
No.
moving. Yeah, there's nothing you could do. There's nothing you could do.
And they've somehow made their bodies allow that type of speed for them to go.
Or
Like, if
maybe-
we were
maybe
going
they
light speed,
didn't allow their bodies. Maybe
their body.
their craft.
Yeah, but
allows
I'm just-
them to be safe inside of it as it travels.
So they
True.
think they can make faster than light travel with it, like the engine would bend space time. Like they'd have to go. I think it's like antimatter or something like that.
Oh,
So like
God.
you wouldn't move, you would like push space behind you. Like that's the whole theory that they think they could do.
That's just. I should have been born in the 1960s. We wouldn't even be having this conversation. I'd be like, that's all right. You guys don't know anything about
He's
space?
like, I should have been a fucking caveman. I should have just wife, food, spear, fucking.
That's
Dude,
cool.
before I need to go back to the time before they knew space was a thing. They just looked up and were like, oh, blue skies. Cool. The day that someone was like, there's stars up there.
What else can we look? Let's make a telescope.
Yeah. Galileo.
Yeah.
It all stems back from that motherfucker. Moon spies. This theory claims that when Apollo 11 reached the surface of the moon, Neil Armstrong expressed astonishment at finding two unknown spacecrafts already present on the moon. Armstrong further described these UFOs as being huge and lined up on the far side of the crater's edge, observing the Earth.
I wouldn't doubt it. Maybe they just chilling.
Imagine the first time we land on the moon and he goes one step for somebody.
One
And he's-
small step from
yeah.
man.
And he
One
steps on the moon
for man.
and then he looks up and he's like, what the fuck?
Somebody's right here.
They beat us to it.
Yeah.
It's the Russians, the fucking Russians.
That's what I'm saying. There's like a whole conspiracy that there's like a embassy on the base to alien life or something like that on the backside of the moon.
That we just never see.
What?
Yeah. It's
Debunked.
funny.
It's-
I don't
yeah.
believe it.
It's one of those things.
Oh,
where
you don't
it's
believe
like,
anything.
What if?
Clearly, but he's over here going, yeah, I want to go to it too. I want to meet the president of the moon aliens.
Oh, I would love to. Can you imagine?
It's an interesting theory to like listen to, and
I believe all theories.
but like it's got to be bullshit,
gotta-
right?
It doesn't have
Can't
to
be real.
But then
all
I
of a sudden-
also sit there and think, what kind of like the government's not telling us everything? Clearly,
No,
Fuck no.
they literally like a year ago or 2 years ago were like, yeah,
UFOs.
there's UFOs,
are-
man.
yeah,
we
by
don't know
the
what
way,
we don't know what the fuck they are either. So
Yeah.
we're in the same boat as you.
Yeah. So like, where does that line stop? What
I think we don't even know. It's almost like the space coming off my finger. Like, where is it going? That's where I think we don't even know.
about like the
Not a
government
political
hiding-
podcast, but like,
That's
yeah.
not political, but I mean, yeah, I
No,
don't
just in
think
general. Of course, they're gonna keep
hide
us in
shit.
the dark. Yeah, because they want us to be governable. They're not gonna tell us everything. They're not gonna let us.
But
know.
even here's the thing about being governable. Even if I knew that stuff,
whatever. Still
what am I
work
going to do
tomorrow.
with it? Yeah, I'm not going to go be like, got to change the world now.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to be like, all right, it's
Cool.
good to know. I'm going to talk about it with my friends.
Yeah.
But I'm probably going to go film videos tomorrow. Like,
still got to get up and go to work.
just don't tell the rich people. They're the ones that are going to fuck with stuff if you give them too much
I
information.
think the rich people know.
Yeah, that's true.
The super rich.
So they just battle on, hey, don't do that.
Right.
Just tell the layman, tell us. We're not going to do anything with the information. We're just going to enjoy.
I don't got enough money to make anything matter.
Exactly. Really. What am I going to do? Nothing.
Even if I know this and I do got a lot of money, I'm probably going to go spend it on other stuff anyway.
Yeah. It's like, I don't give a shit. Cool. There's aliens. Where they at? Mars? Sweet. Anyway, and I'm going to carry on with my day.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, that's our episode on space. We didn't get through all the notes, but
there'll be a part two, maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so much to talk about.
Space blows my mind, man. One of my favorite topics. This could have been a freaking 15-hour episode, but
yeah, we'll come back and do a part 2 after we've all watched the Cosmos and listen to Broden and
Broden's the new host of it.
Yeah.
After Liam's all got us writing hieroglyphs on his ceiling and we're floating down the stairs and shit like that.
Yeah, that'd be insane. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching once again. Leave a comment on all the social platforms and rating and review, like we said earlier in the episode.
Leave a like.
Yeah, it helps.
Subscribe,
thumbs
follow.
Mm-hmm. Shout us out on your stories.
Yeah, Bridger, thank you for shouting us out. We want to see more of that. If you guys are listening, let us know. Tell us if you hate the episode. Tell us if you love the episode. Or give us episode recommendations. We haven't had any of those.
Some topic ideas.
Yeah, topic ideas.
What do you want to hear us talk bullshit about?
We'll get to the bullshit part for sure. We'll start there, but who knows if we finish there.
You'll want us to talk about buses, but we'll end up talking about couch cushions or something.
Coffee creamer.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys next week for episode 17 of the Three Dudes Podcast. Peace out.